You're listening to the Experiencing God Day by Day podcast, brought to you by Blackaby Ministries International.
December 12th. Enlarge your tent. Isaiah 54, verse 2. Enlarge the site of your tent, and let your tent curtains be stretched out. Do not hold back. Lengthen your ropes and drive your pegs deep. When God comes to a life in power, it is always a time of rejoicing and expectation for the future. Isaiah described this experience as similar to that of a child born to a previously barren woman. The child's arrival changes everything. Life cannot continue as usual. Whereas the dwelling place might have been large enough for two, it must now be made bigger. The child's presence causes the parents to completely rearrange the way they were living. Isaiah proclaimed that when God comes, you must make room for Him in your life. You must enlarge the site of your tent, because God's presence will add new dimensions to your life, your family, and your church. You do not simply add Christ on to your busy life and carry on with business as usual. When Christ is your Lord, everything changes. Whereas before you may not have expected good things to come through you or in your life, now you should have a spirit of optimism. You ought to expect your life to become richer and fuller. You can anticipate God blessing others through your life. You can look for God to demonstrate His power through your life in increasing measure. As a Christian, how do you make room for Christ in your life? You repent of your sin. You allow Christ the freedom to do what He wants in you. You watch eagerly for His activity in your life and in your family and in your church. You live your life with the expectancy that Christ will fill you with His power in the days to come and will stretch you to do things in His service that you have never done before.
This podcast is based on the book Experiencing God Day by Day by Henry and Richard Blackaby, published by B&H Publishing Group, music by Mark Brown.